Yes, ma'am. So all of you, those who are using mobiles or a desktop, I suggest to open one link which I'm forwarding to your into your WhatsApp. Open that, and whatever the program I'm typing on the screen, please execute those things one by one. And you tell me that you facing any problem in that executing the problem. Okay. So I'm sharing the link to in your WhatsApp. Use that link, and whatever the program I'm displaying on the screen, type those things and try to execute those programs. Okay. Uh, those are already installed the software. You can use that C compiler if you have that software in your mobile app. If you can open that one, that is also well and good. If you're facing any execution problem in that compiler, you can go through the online compiler editor. I'll share that link. Yeah, I shared the link to you. You can open that, everyone. And also I'm sharing the link and also screen. Is the link is visible to all? Are you able to see the screen better? Kindly give me the reply, ma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, right. So I'll type the program, and also simultaneously along with me, you also type the code and try to execute the programs. So yesterday we were discussing about the functions. So as I told you that instead of writing a lengthy program, we have been trying to cut down the programs into a parts and we are going to call that. So for that we need some prototype, we need some definition, we need some calling methodology, and we have also came across something like there are something called built-in functions, user-defined functions, recursive function. So one by one we'll be learning all this program in this week because a lot of theoretically we have been got through come across this. So Wednesday, every Wednesday we have continuous of 2 hours of classes there. So this class will be utilized for the execution of programs. So yesterday we have been learn about the little bit of theoretical part of the function. So already we are aware of how to execute the program, arithmetic programs. Then we have seen the logical programs. We have seen all other conditional statement programs with the help of for loop, while loop, do while, if else, nested if, switch case. Like that, we have been come across these topics. So we have been having a little bit knowledge of programming skills of C language. So using the same skills, we are going to write the programs with the help of functions. So today we'll be learning some few programs, and also we'll after completion of this program, simultaneously those who are executing the program and they have been successfully getting the output well in advance, I'm congratulating them. If those who are not able to get it, or if they have the problem in executing the program, I will share the programs screenshots and all the things in the WhatsApp group. Whenever you free have the free time, you try to execute that and simultaneously start writing those in a record work, because already I have been given the record work in the previous things. You continue with that the same programs. Okay, so we'll start one by one. So here we have some program which have been shared on the screen, and also you may have seen the same thing on your mobile also. You can have something called online C compiler, and it has been commented, that means it is in an orange color. That means this will be ignored by the compiler. That means it will be not going to check by the compiler. It is for documentation purpose, it is for understanding purpose why we are writing the program. So tomorrow if you open this also, you can able to understand, okay, we are writing this program, and seeing this particular documentation part, we can understand why we are writing the program. So if you want, you can keep it like that, otherwise you simply can remove it. So it's giving an guidelines like where we have to write the program and how to run it and where we have to execute. So it will be showing that we can save this file. We can click on the run button which is in a green color. You can click on that and you can see that the name of the file is main.c. So if you want to save with a different name also, you can save it, and also you can execute that. Okay, so you can right side, you can see one more thing also. You can see there is something called language, which language we are writing, C programming language. So if you come across that, in this also you will find the C++ also. That is when we come across the fifth unit, there again we need another software. So right now we are facing the pandemic period, we don't have to come to the college, so say online classes are going. So naturally we have to listen theoretical, means always it will be getting bored to us. So in order not to get bored, so we should have the practical things. So for that we read a computers and all things, so no need to worry about that. Anyhow we have mobile data and we have some internet. So I suggest, if you want free time, you can use the app. If you don't want the app to be downloaded, no need to waste the memory in your mobile, means then directly you can use the link which has been shared to you. You can directly use that link, and for this we don't require a single memory also. Just we need a battery to be that mobile to be charged, and with recharge of your sim card, internet connection should be there. These are the only two things you require. Okay, so right now I'm executing the programs. So anyhow, we know this, that we should write something called ash include std.h. As I already told you, this is a library file. So which is going to have something like that. You want to take input from the keyboard or something that you want to display on the monitor. We need some functions. That functions we are using from the library file called printf. Now this is already we have seen under this program. Now we are going to write some program and we are going to use the concept of functions. So let's begin with the functions. So we need something called a library file, this one. Then I will be writing one prototype. So as I told you, we have to declare one prototype. So I'm saying void show, and I'll be saying something called inch of x. Now this is the prototype I'm creating. So already I told you that we should have the prototype, then we should have a definition. then we should have to call three things. So one among that, first thing have been done. So here I am saying slash. So if I use this, so what do you mean by this? So I'm declaring a prototype. So declaring the prototype. So this line which I'm typing, you can also type, or it is not compulsory, but why we are doing this, in order to understand, I have written now. The compiler will going to ignore this because it is commented. So that means this is for documentation purpose. Now you can see on the top you have the comment like this, that is slash one asterisk. Now if you remove this, if you don't require this, so suppose if you don't want, just for designing purpose he has used this. So actually comment line will be like this. Now this is the comment. Okay, now this is the comment, we are going to use this one. So one line, single line comment you can have, or you can have the multiple line comment also. So multiple line comment can be taken. So multiple lines if you have, then I'll be using this as an asterisk. So slash asterisk opening and closing of uh, slash asterisk by, so followed by the slash. Now this is, if you have more than one line, I can go with this comment, or if you have a single line, I'll simply write the double slash. So with that help of this, I can comment this so that the compiler will going to ignore this. It will not going to compile. Right? Then what is the next thing? Declaration. As the declaration has been done, then I have to write the main program. Now in the main program, I'm saying something called int a is equal to 20. I'll say. Then I'll be saying something called show, and I'll say here a. Now here it is calling the function. So calling the function. Okay, calling the function. Now declaration has been done, calling of the function is there. Then I had to write the logic. So where I have to write the logic? The logic should be not in this, it should be outside. So I'll be saying white show then I'll be writing something like this. Int of x. Then I'll be writing here print f followed by percentile d comma x. Or I can say here, if you want, the value of something like this, or any message that you want, you can write it. Now this is the logic I'm writing over here in this fashion. Okay, so I'll say x equal to something like this. Now this is what it is, function definition. So three things yesterday we have been come across this. So declaring this, defining the things, and calling the function. So previously what we have done, we are writing this small line over here and we don't have that concept. Now if you have any problem in the logic, then I have to open this main function. I have to search for the lines where the problem is there. and have to rectify that. For this, it will take time consuming and tedious job for that. Though here we have only two lines, then for this we don't write this one. But if it is a hundreds of lines, then it is a tedious job for us to do such kind of task. So to avoid such kind of problem, we are going for the concept of functions. So now you can see I have been declaring this one, then I have been defining the logic. So I'll be writing for your convenient. I'll say logic. I'll write something over here. So my logic, our logic. So tomorrow, if you open this also, you can understand by documentation. Okay, logic is being written here. Then it has been called the function and it has been declared like this. So for our documentation purpose and future reference purpose, we are commenting this. And also, it's in a good practice also if you do such kind of. And in the exam also, if you write like this, you will be not going to lose a single marks also. So my suggestion is you should start practicing like this. Okay, now let's see. I'll run this and see whether the output will going to come or not. So you can see down, we'll finding the down the output. So check what is the error over here. Yes. So the problem is don't do a single code. Okay. So don't do a single code, just do the double. So see how we are written the program. Ekant. So what is the program we have written here? So we have something called while. So it is declaring the prototype. Then here in the main function, I'm calling the function. Now what happens in the main function? Because as I told you that though you have write n number of lines or the functions, the main is the main function which is going to call all the files, all the functions. So it will come, the your starting of the program will be from here. Then it will come over here. It will take integer a is equal to 20. Then the second line is show a. Immediately check the prototype as well as the function, and it will transfer the control from here to down. Then it will see the content. Here in the say show a I am saying. That means you are passing the parameter. So you are passing the parameter to the show function. So A, what is A? The A value is 20. The 20 is being passed into the show function, and it will go to the control will transfer to this particular function method or the lines, and it will see that int of x. What is x here? So 20. That means here it is A value is 20. That 20 will be passed over here. So in this function, it will take 20 carried forward by from the main functions. So whatever the value that passes from the main function transfer to the show function, and the control will be transferred over there, and whatever the statement that are there in this context. So simply what I am doing, simply I am passing the value over here, the control is jumped to down, and it is printing on the screen. Okay. Now this is a simple function program we are running. So we'll see one by one the other programs. Now this is one method I am writing like this. So can I avoid the prototype? So if you want to avoid the declaration of the prototype, you can be, this is possible in the C language. Yes, we can do it because this is an option. So what I have to do means, first of all, I should avoid this. So in order to avoid this, I'm commenting this. So I'm not writing this prototype. So in order to do that, I want the compiler to ignore. So what I done here, I put double slash. Then simply you remove this particular line, cut this, and paste on the top. Okay, you paste on the top. So here what you are doing, simply you are avoiding the prototype. So now, though you have two functions here, how the system knows which function has to execute? So already I told you in the beginning, though I have n number of functions also, the compiler will going to start its execution from the main method. The execution starts from the main. So here, will your program start from here, this particular line. Though I have on the above many lines also, it will be not going to go. It will not going to execute because the starting point is already told you it's from the main function. So from the main, go to the first line, then a is equal to 20. The value is passed into the show method, and the control is transferred over to the topmost line, and you can see there is something called show, which is taking a parameter of integer of x, which has been passed from you as 20, and the 20 will be printed. Then after this, it will going to come to the down because after he has finished his job. Printing of x value 20 is printed, the value is printed, and the control has been coming back to the main method because it will not stick to here. It has to come back over here. Then after this, do you find anything? So like nothing is there over here. So it is returning zero. That means it will come out of your loop. Suppose if you have here some more statement, say here I have some more statement like this, and I will be writing like this, print f. Then here I'll be saying after show, after show method. So what happens here? Whether the main function is going to execute this first, or it is going to execute the function. So according to the statement, it is A, as I told you that it will going to execute line by line. So first it will take A is equal to 20, then it will pass that value into the show method, Then the control is transferred above this method, the where we have wrote of logic. Then logic will be executed. Then the control is transferred back to the main method because main has to perform some other task also because it has been not completed its task. So again, it will come back, the control will come back to the main function because the pending work is being left over in the main. Okay. So it will come here, then it will going to execute this statement, then it will finish the job. Now, this is what the main function is going to do. So now I'll run this and we'll see what happens. Now you can see here x is equal to 20 after show method. Suppose if I remove this or if I copy this and I'll write before the show method. Now these are all practice you have to do. So I'll say this is before show method. So before show method. So now we'll see, run this and you can see here before first has been executed, then the control is transferred to the method, it gone to the method. In that method, some logic have been written, it has been executed, then it has been finished the job, then coming back to the main method. Since the main method has some pending work, it is also executing and it is coming out of it. Now this is how you can see the output. So everyone also can try this one. Simultaneously you do this along with me. Okay. I try to share the in WhatsApp also the same program. So please execute this along with me and also write in the record work so that you won't be having any pending. Anyone is facing any problem regarding execute this program? Is anyone is facing the problem executing this program? See, ma, it's an interactive class, ma. If you sit idle, I can't help you. You have to speak because this is a language. It's not a theoretical subject. It is total related to computers. So your involvement is very important and your attention is important for me. Please reply. Anyways, you're having problem in executing the program, please. So I shared the program also. You execute this. Okay. So let's we go for another program. So though we are a commerce students, so let's we try to find out the simple interest. Okay. So I'll write the prototype. So same program I modified. You also modified. So I'll say simple interest. So this is the function name I'm writing without parameter. So as I told you, function can have parameter and parameterless. Then I'll be calling the function. So simply I have written in the main method function name. So our function name is simple interest. So now I will be writing the logic. So if the prototype is there, so you should remember the prototype definition should be down. So I've been writing my logic. So now I'll write the logic. So name of the function is what? It is simple interest. Do you have the parameter? No, it is a parameter. Yes. Now I'll be writing the logic. So when I go for simple interest, you will be having the value not in a integer or not in a what we call numbers. It will be decimal also. So in order to have the decimal values, what type of data type I want to use? Anyone can say what kind of data type I want to use if I want to go for a decimal value? Anyone? You can send
Float.
put me in the chat. Esma,
Float.
very good. So I go for a float data type. So principal. So I'll say prince, or if you want, you can write principal directly like this, or you can write P also. Then what is required? I need a range. Then we require a time. So here I'll be saying instead of write time because it's an a taking as an a or what you call result keyword. So I cannot use this as we've gone through the some of the concepts of rules and regulation of C language. So see here when I'm like going for this, it is taking in a red color. That means it is warning me that it should not be used as what you call in a variable. So what I do, I put it this as a caption. So now this can be taken as variable. But don't write it in a small case. If you write it will be keyword. So please take care of this. So I'm writing this as a time. Then what is the next you require? Then I want to calculate this. So I need a simple interest. So I'll be saying simple interest because I have to need something to store. Because PTR by 100 is the formula. If you remember, we have the formula called for finding simple interest PTR by 100. Now this is a calculation. Now after this calculation, it has to store somewhere, no? Because I want the results. So if I want to store something, I need say like this. We write. If you remember, mathematically we represent the equation as this SI is equal to PTR by 100. So what you are doing, you are calculating the values, you are dividing by 100. After calculating what are the value you are saying that it is simple. So like that, I need these three values should be calculated and should be stored in some other variable. So for that, I need another variable. So three variables for principal, rate, and time, and another variable for storing the value. So that's why I should have the what you call knowledge in well in advance, what program I am writing and how many variables I require. These are the things you should keep in your mind. So what you want to do is what logic you are writing. According to that, how many variables you require, you mention it. Now this is how you're going to write the logic. Okay. Then now I'll be writing something called printf. Then I'll be saying enter the principal, rate, and time. Okay. Then I want to view this from the keyboard. So for that I'll be saying scanf. So what is the scanf is going to do? Accept something from the keyboard. So how many you want going to access from the keyboard? So three values. We need a principal, we need a rate, we need a time. So three values should be accepted. So for that, we have to mention as percentile F. Why percentile F? because it's in a float. Because our values accepting from our keyboard is float values. So decimal values we are going to enter. So I need three floating values. So percentile F, then percentile F. Then to accept something from the keyboard, I have to say ampersand principal accept weight and accept time. So it variables are case sensitive. So take care of all these things. End the statement by semicolon. Then write the logic. So you are accepting something from the keyboard. So for that I have written scanner. Three values should be accepted. So three floating values. So each and every line I'm explaining now. So please concentrate on this. Then I'll be saying simple interest is equal to principal into time into rate. So PTR by 100. So put all together in a basis so that first the above thing should be calculated, then it should be divided. So put all the things in brackets, then say slash 100, then semicolon. So it will be calculated. Then we have to print now. So I'll be saying printer simple interest is equal to, then I'll be saying print the simple interest value. Close the function. This is how I'll be writing the logic. So previously this all lines has been written in the main function. Now what I have done, because we have been aware of function, so I want to write this separate. So tomorrow if you want to do any changes also, I'll go into directly interrupt this function, not the this. So now you can see I'm accepting the values. For that I need declaration. Then something to be displayed on this message saying that I'll be entering the values from my keyboard. Then after entering the keyboard, my logic will be calculate the simple interest. After calculating that, it's going to display the results on the screen. So see how simple we are writing the function. So now save this if you are using the desktop or directly you can run on the run. So if it is no errors, it will give me the output. So see here, my cursor is blinking over here by asking something like PRT. So I'll be saying some values where principal amount is 1000 and use the tag button so that it will going to accept the second value. So rate is 2 years or 2% or what is the time you are checking. So second value is rate, no? So second value is rate. So it is going for 2% rate. Time is for 5 years. Then you enter the, so you can see here, I didn't got the output. Why? Because if you see in the program, they have done small mistake, which has been not compiled by the compiler. Because according to the compiler, what is the duty of the compiler? To check your program is error free or not. So naturally it is error free program. But logically there is no problem. I didn't got the output. So again I have to go through my program. I have to say where is the problem. So the problem is I want to display the interest. What interest I have to display? For that, I have to mention percentile f, which I forgot. So now again we compile this and we'll see whether the program is going to execute. Now I can see I didn't got any error or warning message on the system. Simply I'm getting enter key R2. So don't enter the key. Simply you have to use the tab in order to accept the values. So here again I'm saying 1000 is the amount, that's principal amount. Rate is of 2 years and time is of 5 years. Then according to that you find the simple interest. This is how I'll going to get out. So again I'm sharing this program. Those who are simultaneously doing well and good. If not, you can now also you can execute as I already shared in the WhatsApp. So please simultaneously execute the program so that whatever doubts are there you can confirm, and also you can take the screenshot of the output so that when you write the program in your book you can put the output as output in the record. Is it okay? Anybody is facing problem in executing the program? Anyone is facing the problem in executing the program? All of you executed the program, please. No answer from anyone. Are you getting the output or not? Now shall we move to another program? So we are seeing the concept of function where it is not returning any value. Now we'll see the program without returning value and returning a value. So till now we have seen two programs, and the two programs are not returning a value. That means if you see the program, what is happening in this? In the no return type, it is taking the variables, we are declaring the variables, we are printing on the screen, we are accepting something from the keyboard, it has been calculated by the logic, and it has been displayed on the screen. Then after this, the control is transferred to the main function because it will check whether any pending work is there after that. So after this particular function, there is no any other execution part is there. So it will come out of that. So in return back, when the control is coming back, no value is taken because you can see here the output is printed over here and it is coming back to the main function empty hands. Why? Because you are saying here void. That means it will not going to return anything. That means you are doing the thing. That means you are there and then itself you are finishing the work. In return, you are not carrying anything. That is what? No return time. So for that, we are declaring this prototype as void. The same thing I will be declaring this to return type. So for that, I will be writing float. Why float? Because I need the output in decimal values because the principal rate time is been taking according to the decimal values because as we've been dividing by 100, so I'll be going to get naturally the decimal value. So the output is in a decimal value so that my function should be also a decimal value. Now my prototype will become float. When I'm declaring this method with any data type, then you should be understand clearly that the value is being carried forward. There is no empty hand. The hand is filled with some value, which has to be carried from that particular location to some other place. Now, in our case, the value is being calculated. I'll get the value in my hand, and that I'm giving to the main function. So, what the main function is going to do? Let us see. Okay. So, I'm trying to change the prototype from white to a float. So declaration is like this. So definition should be also like that. So I'll go for the float value. Now logic will be the same. For that I need three variables. So that is principal rate and time. Principal rate and time should be displayed on the screen. Three values should be printed. That is accepted from the keyboard. Writing the logic. Then after writing the logic, what I want to do? I want to carry forward the value. So the same value here I'll print it. When I'm doing like this, what I require, I should take the variable here by saying integer or a float value because we are going dealing with float value. Should be get this function. Now you can see. So float of what? I'll say simple interest. So I can write like this, or I can simply write SI. Will write what is this SI? It's a float value. Now you can see I'm declaring the SI over here, and SI variable is taking the function. See here. So what the main function will going to? It will come over to this particular second line. It sees that SI is going to take some value from simple interest function. It will jump to the simple interest function. Okay. it will going to take the values. All these values will be calculated, and while going back, the value is being carried forward, and the carry forward will be passed into this SI. And naturally, I want to print the SI on the screen. Now this is returning value. So previously we have not done that. There and there itself we are doing the work and we are coming without value. That means empty hand we are. But not in this case. What is happening here? It is going to some other place, doing the work. After completing the work, it is coming back with some value. And that value has been given to that particular person who has been assigned to you. So SI is the person here who is assigning the values that some do to do this particular work. So the work has been transferred from that particular place to another place. It is performing the task and it is giving some returning in values. Now this is returning type. So when I'm doing this one, I have to tell the function here. I have to tell the function here, the float, because here you can see the data type is this one. I have to tell that we are calculating the value here. This calculated value should be sent back. So for that, I had to use the return value. So I had to use the word called return. What I have to return? Simple interest. So same variable here you have to write. So do the logic, give the value by return keyword. So when I'm using this one, so when I'm writing this return value, you can see that here I should have the prototype. Prototype as data type, something whatever you're. So either I can write integer, character, float, long, double, whatever it is. So the data type when I'm writing, I should have compulsory the return type. So each and everything I'm explaining. So please concentrate. If you have any doubt there and then itself stop me. You can clear the doubts. So I have not changed any logic. Logic is as it is. Simply I'm saying return this value. When I'm writing this keyword return, the data should be the float. So in this case, float I'm using. Some other case it can be integer or character, double or long. So this one will going to send the data, whatever that has been calculated, which have been given by you from keyboard. So what is happening over here? You are giving some values from the keyboard. The values which have been accepted from the keyboard has been calculated and it has been transferred to the main function. Now, this is what the happens in the function. So function has to be called. It is not going to call automatically. So the main function will going to call all this. So I can write as many of functions. So now I can run this. Say I need 1,000 or let's say 3,500 or 35,000. Then rate is of 3.5. Then it is for 5 years. And you can get the simple interest of rupees 6125. So any doubt regarding this? So I'm sharing the third program also. See, please all of you execute these programs now. Class has not yet finished now. Why you are posting your hall ticket numbers? Did I ask you? Class has been not yet finished now. Don't leave the class. Today we have 2 hours of class continuously from 11 to 1. It's a practical session. Please, you have to execute all this program and you have to post it in the Google Classroom as a record work. Now, the same program I'll be changing little bit in different manner with parameters. So what is our normally we require principal rate time which we are accepting from the keyboard. So instead of declaring there, I'll make it this as a function with parameter. So you can see the function which I have written previously, it is parameterless. Now we'll go with a parameter. So what is required? So change the prototype in this fashion. So three values we required. So three parameters. So this is a prototype, float, simple interest, and having three parameters. So previously we were writing parameterless program. That means no value should be passed in the parameter. So now I'm passing three values. What are those? Principal, rate, float, time. Then I'll be writing in the main function. Say I need principal, need rate, and time. Now this has to be accepted from the keyboard. So now see how the logic is being got changed. So I'm telling you all different angles of the program. So same program with three different way or varieties I'm showing. So you can see I'm accepting the three values from my keyboard. So float, three float values I require. So principal P, the rate R, and the time T. And SI is normally, and you can see this whatever the value that you are getting from the keyboard should be passed in the function because our function is having parameter now. Previously it was parameterless, now it is parameter. So simply you can write P, comma, R, comma, T. Then you can see this value which you are giving from the keyboard will be transferred to the function, parameter function, and function will coming over here and as space right here. It is a parameter. So same thing you type it. Then I don't require to display this one. Simply write the logic in the function. So I'm writing the logic. See, same program with different variety. So now you can see same hash include, writing the function prototype, which is having three parameters, then jumping onto the main method. Here I'm declaring three variables. Now these are local variables. Now if you remember the movie of what is that movie? I didn't remember. Local movies. We always call it that I am local. So this is local variables. Why we call it local variable? Because it has been declared in the main function only. And this PRTSI. Now these are the four variables which has been declared in the main. These are local to this particular block. So after this come out of this particular block, there nowhere there is PRTSI will be there because it will be killed once it comes out of the block. So that's why we call this as a global variable. Suppose if I declare this variable on the top, then that called as a global variable. So you have two different types of variables, global variable, local variable. So if you declare that variables above the main functions, it is called as a global variable. So that throughout your entire program, that values, the variables will be declared and will be called entire to your program. It will be available throughout your program. So that variable is called as a global variable. But the variable which has been declared in the block, those variable will be called as a local variable. Because once it is finished the job, it will be killed because it is in between the block. So that's why I'm saying this PRTSI are the local variable. I have declared this, and I'm telling that please enter PRT values. So that you are ready with your keyboard. You are entering the P value, R value, T value, that is principal rate and time. Then SI is ready to accept the value from the function called simple interest. What are the three values we are giving from the keyboard will be passed into this function, and the function control will be transferred to the logical function. In the logical function, it will come over here. It will calculate the values. What are the logic? Then it after calculating, it will return the value back to this who is ready to accept the value. So who is accepting? There is a variable called SI is ready to accept your value. So the value is being accepted. Then you are printing on the screen. So this is the program parameter. Previously it was parameterless. Now this is parameterized. So now we'll see, run this program. So no errors. Simply it is asking enter the values. So I'll enter the 7,000. Then I'll be saying 5.5 as a rate. Then it is for 1 year. So the person has to pay 385 rupees for that particular 1 year as a simple interest. Is it okay? So here, this function, whatever we are reaching, is with parameter. Any doubt regarding this one? Because these are very important concepts. No reply from any of the person. Are you listening to the class or not? Near about 50 students are there. In that, 20 members have been joined, and I think no one is showing any interest in that class. Any problem in my communication? Are you following my subject? Any difficulty, you just ask me, man. I'm here to solve you. Is it okay with the logic and the programmer? Any doubt regarding the declaration of the program, logic? Is it clear? Okay. Now we'll go for another program. How to calculate the cube value or power value. Can anybody write the program and share their screen? Like I want 2 to the power of 4 or 2 cube, 2 square. Gautami, Sofika, Anita, Jansi, Lakshmi. Anyone can write the program and can you share the screen? This is how you're going to learn the language. Otherwise, if one-way traffic is there, then never will going to learn the programs. You cannot develop the single software also, though you have skills. So nowadays the technology, how far it is increasing, how the mobile has been become the one part of our life. These are all our basics which has been came from our language. Whatever you are seeing, the technology is the fruit of C, C language, C++, Java, all this. So please share me your screen, any one of you, and write the program where I should, if I give two values, it should give me the power. If I give three as a value, it should give me the cube. If I go for four values, it should give me the what do you call quadrantal of the four. Nobody is there to dare to write the program, huh? Simple program I ask. Don't take help of Google. You think the logic, give some work to your brain. Okay, I think nobody is interested to write the program. So I am itself from writing the program. So here I have taken three functions. So one is accepting one variable, another is accepting two variables, another is accepting three variables. Okay. So here in the main functions, three variables is there. So cube is taking these three values and passing into the three different functions. So I'll go over here. So no return type. So I'll say void it is. So now I'll write the logic. Void cube int of x. So I want to make the value to be cube. So here I'll be saying x equal to, I'll going to give the answer. So here I'll be saying x into x. So taking one value and it is finding the cube. So you can write your own logic. So whatever the logic you want, you can write it. It's not fixed that you should write like this. You have to take this example only. It is all for practice purpose. So I want to write one function with one single parameter. I want to write a function with two parameters. I want to write the function with three parameters. So like that you can write it. You can write any logic. It's not compulsory to write like this again and again and again. These are all are for practice purpose only. More practice, more perfect you will be. See, what is my intention? One is I had to write the function with parameters. So how many parameters you want? It's left two. So here I have taken one parameter, two parameters, three parameters. Then you have to go to the main function. Here you can see how many functions we have. Total four functions are there. With same name three and one is main method. So the system will not get confused because it is having clear idea that though I have n number of functions also, I have to start from the main method. So it will jump from the main method. It will go to the cube A. That is, it is going for a single parameters. If the control is jump to this, it will accept something from the keyboard. It will calculate that and it will print the value. Then the control is transferred to this. Again, you can see it is having pending work to do. So the task is cube ABC. That means three parameters. So it will see which cube because the name is same, but how it is identified by parameters. So here it is one parameter, it is having three parameters, it will match the parameters. So it will jump to this particular method, which is having three parameters. So matching case it will see. So it will come over here, it will accept three values from the keyboard and print the values. Again, the control is transferred to back. Then it will going to enter the again the two parameters function. So jump to the two parameters. So how many times I have to give the values on the keyboard? So this is one, then this is two, three, four, five, six. So total I have to give six values. So you remember I have to give six values from the keyboard. So run this. If you do the mistake, it will give me the errors. So you have to identify. Actually, errors will be that much perfect you can do it. See here, it is showing me where I have done mistake, committed a mistake. It's giving me the line, and you can see there is something called the format also. Now we'll see how many errors are clear. So some more errors are there. Now you can see it. So what is the error it is saying? There is a problem in the queue. See. So it is not taking the same name. So this kind of concept is not accepting here. So what I'll do, I'll try to change the name. So same name it is not accepting. So I say cube 1, cube 2, and cube 3. Okay. So cube 1, one parameter, cube 3, three parameters, cube 2, two parameters. So like this we'll do it. Then we'll see whether this kind of problem will be solved or not. So When you do this like this only, you can know at where is the mistake we are doing. So maximum will be learning like this while doing the mistakes. I will see still somewhere syntactically mistake it is. See where it is. 27th line. See here it is 27th line. We'll see where is the 27th line. Yeah. Comma is been missing. Yeah. And again one more warning it is. So you can see 14th line. So here I have x and y, but I am giving 3 percentile. So two values only have to. Now we'll run it. Now it is blinking. On the screen it is blinking. So for the blinking purpose, you can give me the state. You can give the statement that enter so and so value. So seeing that you can enter it. So right now I have not given. Later on you can modify. So you have to remember that I have to give 6 values. So I'm giving 1 as 2. Then I'm giving another 3, another 4, another 2, again 3, 5. So 6 was. So this is for first parameter, that is cube 1. 3 and 4 is for cube 2. Then 2, 3, 5 is for cube 3. Now let's see. Now you can see here x got 8 for 2 to the power of 3. Second one, x is 27, 3 to the power of 3. And another is 4, 4 to the power of 3 is 64, which is y. So two parameters. Again, we can see here z is equal to 8. So it is 2. Okay. Then 3 square and 5 cube. So this is how the values have been passed, and I'm going to get the values. So if you want this to be in a next line, so here all of you got new line, but here I got the not new line. So according to seeing the output, you can modify it. So where I'm getting this kind of problem for second parameter. So go to your this one and put a slash n. So whenever you put slash n, it will be for new line. So for everything, you can make it as a slash. So wherever you find that one, you make it as a slash. Now we'll see. Again, we will give 6 values. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can see everything has been coming to new line. Again, somewhere this also has to be make it new line. So here we forgot that one. Here we forgot to make it slash. So like this, you have to see that and modify the program and get the proper output. So this is how we are going to learn the C language. So all way may not be covered, but when you practice the program, then only you're going to get this one. Okay. So thank you one and all. I stop the class here. Ramesh, if you are there, please kindly send me the attendance of 19 members, those who are present right now. Ramesh, are you available?
Yes, sir. I will send you.
Yeah, please take the attendance of everyone and post it in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So thank you one and all. And this video is available in the Google Classroom. If you have missed the class or if any of your students has been missed, if you didn't understand the concept, go through this video again and again. and the programs you execute it, and please write it in A4 size papers, keep it ready, and whenever I ask, you just post it in the Google Classroom. Okay. So thank you one and all by sparing 2 hours of time with me. Thank you one and all.